All right, welcome back. Now it's time for us to have a conversation about fire. And, there's Fire Safety 101, basically. In a season in which we are, there seems to be heightened incidents of fire outbreaks, fire in homes, and so on and so forth. So we have some gentlemen from the Ghana National Fire Service, and they're going to be helping us to get into this conversation, how to stay safe in this season. I have with me Alex Nate, who is with the Public Relations Department of the Ghana National Fire Service, and also Walter Okai, who's also with the same department. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
All right. So let's get into the conversation first of all. How serious is it during this season compared to the rest of the year when you talk about domestic fires specifically?
Okay. So this season is quite an interesting season because it's a season of the Unitide and also a season of the Harmattan. These are two very important seasons that we see a lot of fire. We receive a lot of fire call out at various stations. The Harmattan, because the weather is very dry, it tends to easily ignite fire, or it tends to blow fires out of proportion. Also, with the Unitide, people tend to go out for events to go have fun, which is in line. Yeah. But then also, fires normally do happen when people are either not at home or when people are asleep, and so it makes it very, very important and a very interesting time for fires.
Yes.
Okay, so if I may add to what my colleague just said, the main issue with the Harmattan is that the Harmattan takes out the moisture in the flammable substances, bringing the ignition temperatures to the lowest barest minimum. Wow. So anytime you introduce any source of heat or fire, let's say naked flame, it burns everything.
Okay.
Why? Because at time, the duration it would have taken a normal temperature to burn, let's say maybe 6 to 7 seconds. This time it has reduced to maybe, let's say, 1 second. You understand? So the Harmattan takes out the moisture from every flammable substance. Mostly people contradict Harmattan as being a cause of fire. It is not a cause of fire. When you look at the causes of fires, there are 5, and nothing has changed.
What are the causes of fire?
They are carelessness, ignorance, accident, arson, that is a deliberate act, and the natural causes. Natural causes is when it is act of God. Out of the natural cause, the 4 are purely human factors. So it is either carelessness on our part, ignorance on our part, accident on our part, or we deliberately start those fires.
And also during this time, also when people smoke and they don't put out their smoke, their cigarette very well, it tends to, when it falls on anything, because of how dry the season is, it tends. And also there's when people burn things at their backyards, we have what we call embers. The embers can probably fall, it can fly from here onto
the wind will basically
carry it somewhere, and then depending on where it falls, and being a dry season, for instance, it tends to make it very combustible, and so especially if you're not at home and then the ember has fallen on something. So as to support what you said about human activity and carelessness, that's one of the reasons for fires.
So in terms of safety, what should people do to stay safe? Because it almost feels as though by dint of the Yuletide in combination with the Harmattan, these two happening at the same time, it's a recipe by all means for some kind of a fire outbreak. How can people stay safe?
Yes, okay, so what we are saying is the Yuletide is associated with a lot of party events, a lot of cooking, a lot of merrymaking, and these are all human activities. Human activities that we end up using fires, we end up using electricity, and these are some of the basic causes of fires, especially in our domestic houses. You understand? So how do you use your fires in the kitchen? How do you handle the gases? Where do you even place the gas? When you are cooking with your flammable substances, where do you have your cooking oils and other things? How, when you are partying, do you leave your gadgets and everything on? In fact, we ought to make sure we regulate how we bring these naked fires into contact with any flammable substances.
Okay. If you can show us, I mean, we have something here for a demonstration. If you can show us what these potential fire situations can look like and how to douse them, how to manage them, and so on, we can do a live demonstration.
Okay, so what we have here are for fire extinguishers. We are saying it is a portable firefighting device or equipment used in fighting fires at the incipient stages.
That's the
very
key word,
important.
Incipient.
So you underline
when it's starting. Because when the fire escalates, then you don't try. You immediately. So the fire extinguisher you know, to support what my colleague said, the extinguishers come in at the incipient stages when the fire is starting. Then you put it out.
Okay.
Then you put it out. But when it's escalating, then you immediately call the fire service.
Okay.
But even before you even start using the fire extinguisher, try and get the fire service.
Okay.
You know, we have a bit of challenges. People are poor road planning. People have nonchalant attitude towards our fire tenders. So sometimes there tend to be a little bit of delay, not from our side, but obviously
like
from
people
the
reaching out to you.
Definitely.
Okay.
So you can use the extinguisher at the incipient stage while you wait for us to come. But the most important thing is that when it escalates, please just move out, call the fire service. We'll be there promptly to attend to you.
Okay. Before you get into the demonstration, talk to us about the different types of fires.
Yes, we have 4 main types of fires.
Okay.
We have Class A fires, which are solid fires. We have Class B fires, which are flammable liquids. We have Class C fires, which are flammable gases. Examples are butane, propane, methane, and ethane. And then we have metallic gases, which are normally industrial gases. Those are metallic fires. We have aluminium, we have zinc, we have gold, and all the metals that can burn. So we have 4 main classes of fires. And then in other jurisdictions,
And can all of these occur domestically?
Yes, when you look at from Class A to C, yes, indeed, we can have them domestically. The metallic fires are normally industrial fires, which happens in the industrial areas. Yes, and then so we have these fire extinguishers. In fact, we have 5 types of extinguishers. We have the water, by their content, we name them. We have the water fire extinguisher, which uses water. We have the foam concentrate and water with the pressure mix. And then we have carbon dioxide, which is gas.
That's what we have
dry
here?
chemical powder. Yes.
So this is the carbon dioxide. And most of the time you can tell by the horn.
Yes.
Okay.
The horn. So once you see it, you can be able to
So
tell.
the horn gives you an idea of what kind of
extinguisher
it is. Okay.
And then we have the dry chemical powder, which contains sodium bicarbonate. It's a powder that has been prepared to put out to douse fires, and that comes with what? A hose.
Okay.
Yes. So this is a dry chemical powder. And then we have halons. Halons are very poisonous. So they've been discarded from the
What's the
system.
word?
Halons.
Halons, okay.
Yes,
okay.
halons.
Okay.
They used to be a vapor forming types of extinguisher, which was also used to douse fires, but it's not friendly to the ozone layer. So we are no longer using halons.
those ones.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. So we have 4 at our disposal. But then out of the 4, you know, the water and the foam, because of their water content, sometimes we don't recommend them for places such as offices, domestic houses, and other things. The dry powder and the carbon dioxide are equally potent and can work on the Class A, B, C fires.
Okay. All right. So let's see what it looks like.
Okay.
So yes, we are going to start the fires, and then we'll be using the carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. In fact, let me also let me tell you how to operate the fire extinguisher.
Okay.
There's an acronym which is called PASS. PASS. The acronym is PASS. PASS. So the question is, what is the meaning of P? P means you pull
press.
the safety pin.
So, okay.
You understand? There's a safety pin stuck in between the operating lever, which is at the top,
So you don't accidentally
and then
set it off.
the lifting lever. You understand? So this is the safety pin. When you pull it out, the seal is broken, and then you pull out the safety pin.
Okay.
The safety pin is stuck in between the levers to prevent accidental operation of the fire extinguisher.
Okay.
So when you pull it out, the levers becomes what? Free to operate.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
The A is you aim at the seat or base of fire. With what you aim, either the hose or the pond. You aim. So you are not fighting the flames. You are aiming at the object that is on fire, and where the flame is coming from. That is where we call the seat or base of fire. And then you squeeze the levers. When you press the operating lever, you saw the contents that came out.
Okay.
You understand? When you spray,
So this is the carbon dioxide one.
this is the carbon dioxide.
dioxide.
And in such approach, you have to take the wind direction into consideration.
Okay.
You look at where
It's
is bending
blowing
towards.
this way. You
Yeah,
can
so
tell.
you don't go and face it.
You don't go-
You
okay.
come behind it and you can come as close as
Okay.
possible. But you stand from a reasonable
Reasonable
distance.
So you realize that he's spraying it.
I spraying. So as you
Is it
sweep
just-
side by side,
He's just sweeping
then
it.
the pass is finished. Pull the safety pin, aim at the seat or base
And
of
then
fire,
you sweep
squeeze
it.
the levers, and then you
And
sweep
sweep it.
side by side. And then
So that at least
automatically
if the fire is spreading
goes
anywhere,
off.
at least it's able to tackle different angles.
I would want one of your people to come and try their hands on
why
it.
don't you try?
You want to try it yourself? Okay.
Let me help you with this.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll be behind
So,
you. Just to regulate it.
right?
Yeah, pass.
You pull the safety pin.
So you pull,
Very good.
and then it's ready to operate.
You
Okay.
aim,
Then you aim.
So you aim
at
at
the
where the
seat
fire is.
At the seat of the
base.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you squeeze. And then you squeeze.
Okay, you're a firefighter.
You're a potential. Yes. It is not fitted well, so let's leave it like that. It's okay.
Okay.
You can't do anything about it. So Adam, you can also come and try your hands on it.
Some of the men can come and try.
Oh, don't you have a lady here?
No, so where's my co-host? Yeah, Freeman can come.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to try your hands at operating
yes.
the extinguisher?
The fire extinguisher.
You have to try.
They are looking for a lady to try.
I don't know if you're strong enough to hold it.
Well, that would be the problem.
Okay, let me help
Let
you
me
with
hold
it.
your phone for you.
Okay. So, all right. So let's go.
Okay.
So,
Please
I'll-
put it down.
Why don't you put it so that she lifts it?
Okay.
Or
Put it down.
Put it down.
Put it down.
Okay, put it down.
Lift the fire extinguisher.
Lift.
Lift it. Lift it with your right
With
hand.
your
right
right
hand.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So lift it up.
and then this one.
And
to
then
support.
you use the hand to support it down.
Come to this direction. Put it down here.
No, Freeman. Hold,
down,
hold
put it
the
down.
hold the A with your
Hold the
left hand.
mouth.
Yeah.
No, put it down.
Yeah.
Put the safety pin.
The
Put
safety pin.
And then change your hands.
Okay.
Hold this side. Come up.
Then no,
Squeeze
let's
it.
come down.
Aim
Aim at the
seat.
aim at the seat.
Squeeze.
So
Squeeze.
Well done. Yeah.
You see, here you are. Yes, you've done it. You've done it. You've done it.
Can I go?
You're in a hurry to run away.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Well done,
Anyone who can try it.
Yeah. So it's not something that is necessarily a macho thing.
No,
That's
no,
for
no,
a guy
no,
to
no.
handle it.
No,
because
because-
the extinguisher is not even heavy.
No, but
Yes.
and the funny thing is that
Yeah.
if there's fire, you have to forget that you have to
It
get,
doesn't
forget
matter
how
who
strong
it is. Yeah.
how heavy
Everybody
it is.
should be able to handle it. Okay.
Definitely.
So types of extinguishers. Can we use the other one as well to extinguish?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That's why
Okay.
it's ideal for homes because you realize that when there's fire at home,
Yeah.
people normally resort to water. Yes,
Okay.
water is a good it's a good firefighting tool. But then if you don't take care, that can either cause your death
Yeah.
or can escalate the fire.
Okay.
Because
Depending
it might-
on the
depending
source.
on the source. So if it's an electrical fire,
If
you
it's
can't use
electrical,
water.
you can't use water.
So it's ideal to either use this or this to be able to.
And you
the
said this one
powder.
is what?
The dry chemical
It's a
powder.
dry chemical
Dry
powder.
chemical
Can we
powder.
try that? I want to try my hands on
Sure.
that if possible.
That's one when we try
Yeah.
it. The whole
So again, the fire is moving in this direction.
Direction.
So you
Okay.
have to avoid it.
Definitely.
Okay.
So you still apply the same
The
rule,
same pass
the same
principle.
pass
Please hold it for
principle.
me.
Come
Okay,
back a
so
little.
come back.
Come back a little.
Okay.
It has a longer discharge range.
Ah, okay.
So you turn the
So we
you turn it.
But I have to break the
No,
seal.
turn it.
Ah,
like
okay.
this, and then it will.
And it will be breaks by itself. Okay. All right.
So you pull
So we
out.
pull it.
Great.
You
Okay.
hold it,
And
and then you
then-
hold the tip
Yeah.
The
of
tip.
the hose. So you can aim. Come up.
And the way this
Okay.
one comes
Engage
out
it.
is different from
Oh, I
the way
see.
this comes out.
Look at it.
Oh.
Press it. Continue press.
Oh, and the
There's no
range is
pressing.
longer.
Yes, it has a longer
And that's
discharge
it.
range.
It's gone.
See?
Exactly.
Wow.
Unlike the other one that
You have to come a bit closer.
And this is a chemical powder.
Yes,
dry,
it's a
dry,
dry
chemical,
dry chemical
Yeah.
powder.
The
Okay.
content
So
is
ideal for-
called sodium bicarbonate.
Ah, okay. I know that. Okay. Yeah.
You see, so it's imperative for people to have these extinguishers at home because then depending on the type of fire. For instance, kids can just leave, open the gas, the oven, and then just leave it behind. When they come, they light the fire. If you can't go and pour water on it, no.
Okay.
If you have an extinguisher, it's able
Officer,
to help
why don't you try
mitigate
that?
What
the
would you
extent of fire.
recommend? What would you recommend for the home? Right now, I mean, people are watching us.
Yeah,
They are trying to make a decision.
Oh.
Should we use dry chemical powder, or should we use
carbon
regular extinguisher? The carbon
Yes,
dioxide.
it depends on where you are mounting the fire extinguisher. If you are taking the fire extinguisher to your cooking area,
Yes.
kitchen and the living room,
Yes.
you need to use what we call the carbon dioxide fire
Okay.
extinguisher because that is user friendly.
Okay.
When you use the carbon dioxide in your kitchen, you
Yeah.
can eat your food without any
Any
qualms.
issues, okay.
But when it comes to
The dry chemical powder.
It's
powder,
poison.
Yes,
It
it's
can be
poisonous.
poisonous.
You can't-
Okay.
So this one can, where you have your electrical
Okay.
installation, because it has a longer discharge range, you can stand
And
from
you're
afar
not
and
going to
fight
eat at
it.
the electrical
Okay.
area.
Before
so
the
you
fire
can-
goes out, I want to call one of our staff here,
All right.
Goro, to try and put the fire out.
Because the fuel is almost
the full thing.
So please, which extinguisher should you use?
You
of
can
them.
choose
Any of them.
Any
of them.
Okay, choose
Any
one
of them
and then
is in
use
the mood
it.
for.
Okay.
So please go.
All right. Wow.
And you see, it comes in portable.
Yeah.
The 3 kg carbon dioxide fire extinguisher,
Yeah.
when it is fully engaged, in
Yeah.
the next 30 seconds, the content should be exhausted.
Okay.
That is why we are saying you need to identify the fires at their
Incipient stage. Okay.
And then you use them. Please don't
Okay.
wait till the situation is out of hand.
Okay.
Because if you wait till the situation
Okay.
is out of hand, the purpose for which you
Let
went for
me
the fire
paint a
extinguisher-
scenario for you. A
Okay.
candle.
Okay.
A candle. Child is playing with a candle. It's by a curtain. The curtain is nylon,
Okay.
polystyrene fabric.
Okay.
It catches fire. What do we do?
Yes, it depends
Okay.
on what you have at your disposal.
Okay.
By
You understand?
Imagine
okay.
if the two of these were both available.
Oh,
it's in the hall. It's
in the
burning.
It's in the hall.
It's in the hall. We'll
Then you
try
can
the
use
carbon
the
dioxide.
carbon
dioxide.
Carbon dioxide
But
will
when
be
you run out
effective.
of carbon dioxide,
You
you can
should
as well
still
use
use
the
this one
dry
as well.
powder.
Yes.
The only thing that has to do with the dry powder is, you have gadgets, television, computers, and other things within your hall. So the powder has the potency of entering
and
those things.
destroying
You have to
some of
do
these
a lot
things.
of cleanings and other things. But
Yeah.
yes, it's equally very,
Very important.
Okay. Yeah, I know, because the way the powder spread, I realized that by the time you are done with the fire, I have to do a whole lot of cleaning.
Because you realize that even with this, you can
But
see
this one
the-
is just a gas.
Yeah,
You-
yeah,
you don't
yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so final advice to viewers
Okay.
for the season.
Okay, so going into the season, please let's practice safety measures. People, it looks like in Ghana especially, people are more concerned about security much more than safety, and I think both should be prioritized. Because with security, a thief will probably come into your house. He will steal a few things and go away. You still have some things to hold on to. But fire wouldn't choose what to destroy. To destroy everything and might either also destroy your life.
Yeah.
So it's important that when you're going home, you put off all electrical gadgets. Please,
off all
the use
electrical
of yes, and the use of candles. Also, if you're using candles, it should be used in a very safe way, where you can when you probably put the candle in a ceramic bowl.
Okay.
Fill it with some water. So that in case when the candle
burns all the way down,
the water
it doesn't
puts
catch
off.
fire.
And then just like the scenario you gave, even if a child should accidentally hit the candle, it
It'll
goes
fall
into the water
and then you're
it goes
good.
off. So
Okay.
let's practice safe.
All right. Okay. Thank you very
safe.
much. I want to say a big thank you.
Thank you very much.
So basically, it's a season where we have to be extremely careful. All right. No matter what, listen. If you don't have lights, you have to use candles. It's a given, right? But be careful how you handle your candles. And
Can
so,
kill you.
as Alex was suggesting, put a candle in a bowl of water. So there's water around it. So in case it burns all the way down, ceramic bowl with some water in it, right? So if it burns all the way down, it's going to go into the water, and there's no issue. If it happens to fall, it'll fall into the water. There's no issue there. Keep it away from things that can possibly burn. Okay. For example, curtains. Wind is blowing. The curtain is also blowing in the wind. You don't want that.
I'd like to add one more
Yes,
thing.
yes,
Please.
go ahead.
Please, the kitchen is no place for children, unsupervised. When kids have to be in the kitchen, please, there has to be adult supervision.
adult supervision.
Because kids are very playful.
Yeah.
They can put on the gas. Mommy
Yeah.
calls them, runs away.
Yeah.
By the time
And
they
it's
come
on.
back, it's on.
Yeah.
Also, please, the cylinders have to be outside.
Yeah.
So you don't keep cylinders in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And please, regularly when you the washers at the mouth
You
of
have
the
to check it all
cylinders,
the time.
please,
There's no
you have to
leaking.
check it all the time.
True.
So whenever you go to fill your gas, please have it changed, because we don't have the good ones here that can last forever.
Sorry, okay.
You have to always change it. And also the tube that connects the cylinder to the stove, please occasionally run it through soapy water.
Okay.
Look out for
sure there's no
bubbles.
leaking.
Make sure there's no leakage, so that you are safe this Unitide season.
Mr. Alex Nate and Mr. Walter Okay. Thank you very much. You're both from the Public Affairs Department of the Ghana National Fire Service.